Rise and shine, family. So look, today I want to talk to you guys about heaven and hell. We're going to look at it from two different perspectives. So from the religious perspective, heaven is a place of bliss, peace, happiness, joy. It's filled with mansions and streets of gold, right? Well, in hell, it's the opposite. It's a place of torture, torment, fire, brimstone, right? Well, in the other perspective, heaven and hell are still viewed as concepts, but they're a little bit different. They're not a place that you go to once you die, right? They are states of the mind, conditions of the mind. Okay, so in religion, the God that creates the heaven or hell puts you in hell based on if you're living in sin. And sin is that which disagrees with God, right? Disobeying with God would be sin, correct? Or disobeying God, forgive me, would be sin. Well, in the other perspective, if there's a heaven or hell in your mind, then what's keeping you from heaven? Let's just call that sin. The thing that keeps you from heaven, this place of bliss or peace that you would have in your mind. What keeps you from there, we're just going to call that sin. And I would say that is anything that limits you or keeps you from your happiness or keeps you from unlocking your full potential, because that ultimately leads to unhappiness and misery, correct? So we're going to call sin anything that keeps you from your blissful, happy place in here, or anything that limits your potential, correct? Okay, that puts you in a state of hell because that puts you in a state of misery and unhappiness. Well, who puts you in these places? Who's the creator of heaven and hell in this perspective? You would have to be such, right? Or your higher self. So why are you putting you in hell? Why are you putting you in hell? Why are you not allowing yourself to be happy? Why are you not allowing yourself to go to heaven? I'm going to explain. If sin is that which keeps you unhappy, let me announce to you a few things that we can consider sin. Let's just say number one is not taking care of yourself, your physical body. It all starts there. Your eating habits, your diet. These things are very important. If you're just eating whatever you want, whenever you want, that can ultimately lead to bad health. That would cause you to be miserable, correct? We want to be healthy physically, mentally, and spiritually. If you're not healthy physically, it's going to be hard to be healthy mentally and spiritually, right? So we don't want to limit ourselves in that way. Cheating, lying, gossiping, these things would be considered sinful because they put your person, your persona, the person that you represent, in bad light when you do that. This ultimately leads to your unhappiness. You also play a demon or an agent, keeping other people in a state of unhappiness, okay? Because now they're hurt or angry about you lying, cheating, or gossiping about them. What you have to understand is when you get finished gossiping, what did it do for you? Did it further your potential, or did it expose you as a gossiper? More than likely the latter, correct? It's just not wise. I saw a meme that said, hey, you just got finished talking about me. I just wanted to know, how much did you make? When you realize that it doesn't do anything for you, you'll stop, all right? Being stuck in the past is a sin to your higher self getting into heaven, your happiness. You're angry about something someone did to you in the past. This anger you're recreating on your own. You're holding these hot coals in your hand, and because of that, you're the person that's being burned, being in pain. You have to let that stuff go and live in the now. The person didn't do it just now. You have no excuse to give these people your energy in that way. You are better than that. And hanging on to it puts you in a state of hell, a state of torment, torture, fire, and brimstone. You can't tell me that while you're sitting there thinking about what this person did to you and you're in your anger, that you're also in a state of peace and bliss. I know they hurt you, but heaven is a place of peace that passes all understanding, right? Let it go, because it's better for you to let it go, right? It is also a sin to allow people to treat you bad, misuse you, mistreat you. People who give you nothing but negative energy and keep you down. It's a sin for you to allow them to treat you that way, God or goddess. You understand? You control your universe. What you need to do is start replacing negative with positive. Now, yes, you need both, but you need someone who can give you negative and also give it to you in a constructual way to where you can grow from it, not just offer you an opinion. especially when that opinion is uninvited. Now, we do that a lot. We post our plans. We post what we want to do on social media. And then here comes the uninvited opinion makers, right? The problem with that is we listen to them and we allow them to distort our vision, giving us all of their angles and their routes in which they would take to get to the destination that you set up in your mind. Hey, I'm about to go to this place. Okay, which road you going to take? None of your business. Because I don't need everybody giving me directions. That only causes me to be confused, and it would deter you, and likely you won't even go after it now because now you're so deflated and defeated by all of these opinions. I wouldn't do that because, or I would do it this way. You can't do it their way. It's your plan, right? Yes, take advice, but I'm talking about uninvited opinions from people you never asked. Remember the term, if I want your opinion, I will give it to you, right? Keep that thought in mind, okay? Sin is anything that keeps you from your place of happiness. So I need you guys to think with me on that, okay? Just meditate with me on that the next few days because we're going to actually do an in-depth talk about this. What are things that keep you unhappy? Judging others, okay, as if you have it all together, that is the same thing. It keeps you from your happiness because while you're judging them, you can't tell me you're in a state of bliss. Someone actually made a post about me the other day after I did a live, and they said something to the effect of, where are the Malcolm X's? Where are the Martin Luther Kings? Because now these new guys are just going online and talking. Here's what you have to understand, family. Stop comparing people to other people. I'm not Dr. Martin Luther King, okay? I'm not Malcolm X. I could ask the same question, where are the Harriet Tubmans? Where are the Rosa Parks, right? That would be ridiculous. We need you to be you in order for this world to be free. These people existed already. All right, they did their part. We're not looking for another one, and it's a shame to do so. These things keep you in a state of hell, torment, and torture because now you're wanting these people to still do it. You understand? You have to let go and focus on your own life, your own life, your life. Don't worry about who someone else isn't. Worry about who you are, okay? And find out and work within yourself to become who you need to be. So maybe one day, the way that we're praising Martin Luther King or or Malcolm X, maybe one day your name will be shouted. Maybe one day your name will be remembered because you focused. Because I guarantee you, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King weren't looking around for the next Harriet Tubmans. They knew that they were it, okay? When you find yourself looking outside of you for the God or for the leader, go look in the mirror. You understand? It is very imperative, family, that we learn that what we feed our minds is so important to what's going to be tomorrow, okay? What you allow as far as a diet. Now, we know we speak about diets as far as food goes, but let's just be real. Remove the food, anything that you take into your body, your ears, your eyes, all these things can torture you or bring you down, right? Keeping you from your potential. So we don't want to be too busy where we're putting too much time into, say, TV, routine things, right? Playing video games, just listening to negative information. When you're doing this stuff and you're spending all your time doing it, you're likely not pursuing your goals. You're likely not sharpening yourself so you can be a better instrument, right? A better tool for what you need to be doing in your life. So we need to start focusing more on ourselves and our vision and our plan and come up with something that is strategic, in which we can actually place our faith in it, and something that we have done the factual research on. So when someone comes along with an opinion, we're not swayed by it because we've done research on this plan that we've discovered or that we've concocted, that we've conjured from our magical place, right? I tell people often when I call them and they say, man, I was just thinking about you. I say, you summoned me or you conjured me, right? You conjure up your plan, right? It's magic. It comes from your heaven, your place of treasure, right? Now you can do the same thing from your place of hell, but you're going to realize that there's an effect that comes with both. You're either going to influence people in a positive way or a negative way. Now you can feed off negative energy and turn it into something positive if you're a positive person. So you can take all the pain that happened to you and somehow, like magic, when you give it back out, it's now healing for someone else. Or you can take that negative thing that happened to you and you can continue to hurt others. It's up to you if you're going to be a god or a devil. You understand? Because I feel like once we overstack our negative side, we become that which is like the devil, right? Putting other people in hell, right? Torturing other people. playing that role because we're so hurt and bitter, we want everybody else to be that way, i.e. misery loves company. But if we are feeding that positive side, we become that God figure, that Jesus figure, that Buddha figure, that person who reached enlightenment, and they bring others to that side of love and eternal bliss. And it is peace that passes all understanding, because even when you don't have all the money in your pocket, you still can be happy. Even when you're poor in riches, you pour out riches. You understand? That's it, family. We're going to talk about this more, though, all right? Be evolution, be the change that you want to see, and no candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it is in that chaos that you have found yourself. Peace.